So the other day, I turned on my TV without a clue of what to watch. All I knew was I wasn't in the mood to start a new show, and I wasn't in the mood to fall back to the same rotation of stuff I normally throw on when I don't know what else to watch. You know the ones, the comfort rewatches, the background noise shows, the movies I've practically memorized at this point. I wasn't really in the mood for any of that. So, as the algorithm was designed for me to do, I went to Netflix and I started scrolling. And scrolling, and scrolling. I'm sure many of you can relate to the fact that this process can end up being your entire movie night if you aren't careful. Before you know it, it's been 30 minutes, and you've scrolled through the entire homepage and only limited your options down to like 50 movies. You get stuck in this weird in-between place where nothing jumps out, but you're convinced that something will if you just scroll that little bit further. One more deep dive into the subcategories you didn't even know existed. Anyways, I was in danger of falling into that trap when I ran into this.
Jack, tonight the Hawks are on a special Thursday night edition of football, and they're playing the 3-0 Broncos. Tell us, Jack, is it finally Denver's year, or are the Hawks going to open up a big old can of butt-whooping?
The Seahawks will win. 1913.
Yeah? Well, don't be joking now, Jack. You'll break our little hearts.
Prophets don't joke.
Okay. Any other hot tips?
Tomorrow morning is going to hail.
Well, the local meteorologist said we'll have more blue skies tomorrow. You sure you don't want to tweak that frequency a little, Jack? How old are you now? Maybe you're not, hearing the old voice of God so good anymore.
I hear it. I hear it loud and clear.
Okay. Well, you heard him, folks. The Seahawks are going to win, and tomorrow it's going to hail.
And next Thursday you're going to die. I'm sorry. I didn't ask for the power.
I find out you were up to this, and I will never speak to you as long as I live.
This clip immediately grabbed me. It comes from the 2002 romantic comedy Life or Something Like It. Now, to be clear, I did not go in looking to watch a romantic comedy. That wasn't necessarily the tone I had in mind that night. But something about this one moment, where a TV reporter is calmly told on air that she is going to die in a week, struck me. It wasn't overly dramatic or intense, with throbbing music in the background. There was no additional context provided about the movie beyond this one simple moment, and yet, it was totally gripping. Naturally, I had to know what happened next, so I hit play and started watching the most random 1 hour and 43-minute rom-com from 2002. I didn't think too hard about this at the time. I just figured I got lucky and broke out of that curse of the search through Netflix. Until a few days later, when I was scrolling through YouTube, not really looking for anything in particular, and I stumbled onto this.
Perhaps we should have our war tomorrow when you're better rested.
Imagine a king who fights his own battles. Wouldn't that be a sight?
Of all the warlords loved by the gods, I hate him the most.
We need him, my king.
For now.
That clip is from the 2004 epic Troy. And again, not a movie that had been remotely on my radar. I had seen it years ago, but had mostly forgotten all about it. But something about this particular scene where Achilles is preparing to fight an enemy worthy of his legend, reignited something. It made me want to relive the entire thing. And so I did. I queued it up later that night, and I rewatched Troy. In the span of a few nights, 2 completely unrelated clips convinced me to watch 2 completely unrelated movies. One I had never seen, and one I hadn't thought about in years. Both over 2 decades old. Neither one trending or being widely rediscovered online, but both suddenly, instantly compelling. That made me curious. Out of the thousands of things I could have watched, why these? What was it about those particular scenes that broke through the noise? To figure that out, I decided to pull up the original trailers that were used to market both movies back when they first came out. And what I found confirmed what I had already suspected.
The passion for one woman ignited the greatest battle ever fought. For love.
I want her back. Will you go to war with me, brother?
Do you have another cameraman who can make her look like a natural blonde?
My hair is my trademark. Just like the I don't like to shower look is your trademark. We have to work together. We don't have to like it.
It wouldn't kill you to have some fun.
I have fun.
No. It's not fun if you have to pencil it in.
For Lainey Kerrigan, everything was going according to plan.
Great apartment, great man, great friends. Thank you.
These trailers aren't bad per se. They're just trailers. They follow the usual formula. A montage of clips jumping between scenes, peppered with narration or on-screen text, backed by a dramatic score. And while they give you a general idea of the movie's premise, they lack the emotional gravity or intrigue of that one powerful scene. What makes these short clips so compelling is that they operate on a completely different principle. You see, a well-chosen 90-second scene drops you into the middle of something. It doesn't explain itself, it doesn't sell you on the premise, because it doesn't have to. All it has to do is demonstrate the movie's style, tone, and rhythm. You don't watch it and think, well, I get the gist. You watch it and you think, I want to know more. Or better yet, I need to see what happens next. It's kind of like walking into a room where a conversation is already happening. You don't necessarily know how it started, you don't have the full context, but something about it, that innate curiosity in all of us, makes you stop and listen. And in that moment, you're not just asking, what's this about? You're wondering, where is this going? That's the power of a great clip. It's not an explanation, it's an invitation. Trailers try to condense a movie into a thesis statement. Here's the plot, the characters, and all in all what you're in for. A great scene doesn't have to do that. It trusts that if it shows you a compelling moment, you'll come looking for the rest all on your own. Let's take a look at one more example. I'm going to show you the official trailer for the 2007 Oscar-winning film No Country for Old Men.
Let me ask you something. What's the most you ever lost in a coin toss?
Look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything. Just call it friendo.
Willin, what's in the satchel?
It's full of money.
He's just a guy who happened to find that money.
Now again, this trailer isn't necessarily bad. It actually does leverage a rather impactful sequence from the movie to begin. But rather quickly, it devolves into rapid cuts between scenes with text overlays in between, underscored by ominous horror music. The trailer is trying to establish the feeling you should get when you watch the movie, but funnily enough, its design ends up misleading us about the film's actual tone. Those of you that have actually watched this movie know it's not really a horror film at all. So now I want to look back at that powerful sequence the trailer opens with, but instead of cutting away from it, I want to keep with it just a little bit longer and then show nothing else.
You lived here all your life?
This is my wife's father's place originally.
You married into it?
We lived in Temple, Texas for many years. Raised a family there in Temple. We come out here about 4 years ago.
You married into it?
That's the way you want to put it.
Well, I don't have some way to put it. That's the way it is. What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Sir?
The most you ever lost on a coin toss?
I don't know. I couldn't say.
Call it.
Call it?
Yes.
For what?
Just call it.
Well, we need to know what we're calling it for here.
You need to call it. I can't call it for you. Well, it wouldn't be fair.
I didn't put nothing up.
Yes, you did. You've been putting it up your whole life. You just didn't know it. You know what date is on this coin?
No.
1958. It's been traveling 22 years to get here. And now it's here. And it's either heads or tails. And you have to say, call it.
Well, look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything.
How's that?
You stand to win everything, call it.
This single clip acts as a much better and much more impactful advertisement for No Country for Old Men. It clearly establishes the feeling you'll get when you're watching the movie because, well, this is an actual sequence from the movie. And even still, it doesn't actually spoil anything consequential about the plot, as many trailers these days so unfortunately do. In fact, I didn't even show you the conclusion of this one sequence, the rest of which itself is worthy of attending the theaters to see, by the way. In just 90 seconds, we understand what No Country for Old Men looks like, what it sounds like, and how it makes us feel. That, to me, is a much more effective marketing tool than a traditional trailer. Now, this style of clip-first marketing has already started to take root in some corners of the internet. As I mentioned, Netflix has applied this approach to its user interface to entice you to hit play. It's why movie clips get uploaded as YouTube Shorts or TikToks and go viral. Why one good scene can lead to a sudden spike in streams for an otherwise forgotten movie. And now, even some movie studios are beginning to take notice, with major blockbusters like Fantastic Four: First Steps and Dune Part 2 releasing clips as part of their marketing campaigns in recent years. In a world, ironic to say that I know, but in a world where attention spans are short but curiosity is endless, mystery is a better hook than summary. Today, more than ever, people don't really want to be sold a movie. They want to be intrigued by it. The traditional trailer tries to make the case for why a movie is worth watching, but a well-selected 90-second clip makes you feel why you want to watch it. And that feeling is what actually gets you to hit play or confirm your purchase of tickets. And the beauty of selecting an impactful 90-second clip is that it will still draw in audiences that don't necessarily end up appreciating the finished product, as trailers are designed to do now. And I go so far as to say clips would actually generate more hype for a movie than a trailer possibly could. So maybe the future of movie marketing isn't in the traditional trailer. Maybe it's in the scenes themselves. The ones that don't give you the big picture, but make you desperate to see the rest of it.